Welcome back to ANNO 117, where we are on a quest to beat the Emperor. We're gonna create the biggest army possible, we're gonna beat all of the AIs, and of course the pirates, and then go to the Emperor. And I think he heard me, because he sent a message to me. You stand in the presence of Emperor Gaius Firmius Calidus, former legate of the Legion. He nods as he surveys you. How do you wish to respond? We have currently a reputation of 0 with him. If we hail him jovially, we'll get 1 reputation. If we remain silent, we will lose 1 reputation. I think it's time to start. We need to start, fighting him clearly, openly, by remaining silent. Now, more seriously, obviously, we're not ready to fight him. He is way stronger than us right now. But it's gonna come a time where we're gonna go. So he doesn't like that. So anyway, this was our city over here. We have tier 1, tier 2 almost finished. We didn't make soap because we didn't have lavender, and we couldn't make any of the household goods because this amphire requires resin and this olive oil requires olives. Go figures. So we went and we got a second island just in front here. I also sent some resources, so we're gonna be able to start. Now over here, that doesn't seem like a great place, to be honest, to put the population. I feel like this feels more like a good place to put the population, even if I guess they may attack from this side too. What I'm trying to say is there's a lot of space here. There's also, these mountain slots for all of our aqueducts. So I'm thinking we're gonna go over here somewhere. Right? We're going to also start placing a bit more simpler layouts. And I see actually the island. Yeah, like if we were only playing, with 90 degrees, we would have to place road like this. But now we can play in diagonal, so we can also place them like this. That's pretty cool. So, this is gonna be some productions. Here we need to leave a bit of space. But I can basically do probably something like this. Leave just a bit of space on this side to get an aqueduct to come all the way down. And here, this is around, the top over here, or let me see there. Like, we probably want to do the same thing here. So let's see if I can have, I'll leave 1 space. Is that 1 space? Yeah, 1 space over here. That doesn't feel like 1 space. I think it's because I'm playing diagonal right now. So let's actually put 3 streets. Yeah, this is the second street and a 3rd street. Perfect. And now I can, delete basically in the future that 3rd one in the middle. Actually, let's do it now before we forget. And let's, have some things like this. So this is for my aqueduct in the future. And here it is. We have basically a rectangle, right, for this. And here we have a bit more space. Maybe it's for some productions. So let's get started putting, some houses. Oh, we need to connect that, sorry, to the trade house before we are out of resource. Okay. We may want to also place our, where are you? Over here, our villa right away. It costs a lot of money, but if we're attacked, right, we need to make sure it's still there. So let's place the villa right away, top right here. And then, yeah, we're basically gonna start placing houses across the board. Oops, it's fine, we can move them. Alright, start putting some roads around. And then we're gonna start placing, some of these services and things like this. So for example, one over here. I'm gonna make a block of services here. This is the right space like this, that's fine. And you know, we can start getting a bit more badly organized, let's say. not as just a square. Something like this. Here we have space for house. Actually, no, that's not great. That's not great. Forget I said anything. We're going to instead leave that space for nothing right now. Okay, a few more houses. Then we can start putting some of the services. Alright. So the first one should definitely be the tavern. That's what has the lowest. Yeah. We're gonna need also tier 2 ones, but they have a slightly bigger one. If I put it over here, it actually covers pretty well everything. Maybe we'll put it there. And then the Grammaticus actually is a bit smaller. But again, wait, was that houses here? No. So the Grammaticus we may want to put a bit closer. Maybe we'll put it here, and then this moves there. Yeah. So you see, this is how I'm thinking right now. I'm not just you know, copying something online, or I haven't created yet a perfect layout. I am like many of you, just figuring things out, building along the way. So here we're gonna put a road, and we're gonna move that one there. Okay. We're gonna need also to make sure we have space for especially these two here. So if I place it over here, I think this is a great one. Yeah, maybe we do it here. Let's see. Up and up. Good. Oh, we're out of wood already. Wow, that's bad. Because I didn't really put these ones. So let's get started with that. I'm gonna start with 2 maybe. They're gonna plant some trees here, so not too bad. Okay, so that's gonna help. I should unpause. The first soldiers thinks they're ready. What? Oh, that's because I built this, and you do have 2 soldiers over here. Didn't I build? Oh, we didn't even build one over here. My bad. My bad. So we should, especially as this can give us access also to bonuses for our people. Let me see, do you fit here? Let's put it here for now. To be in range of many houses. In the future we'll move it. So we have access to this one, health in range. Why not? Why not? Don't have many more, but we have many others. Why don't I see them on my, are they gone? Oh, they seem to be gone. What's happening? Oh, fun story, it was actually my Ubisoft Connect that was disconnected apparently. Now it's reconnected, and here it is. We can see all of those legendary, you know, people we got from the Hall of Fame. We're gonna be able to put a few of them, like getting a bit more money. Doesn't seem bad. Oh, it's for the market in range. Okay, so then I guess there's only one, but still, it's better than nothing. That doesn't feel legendary to me, to be honest. Okay, this is for the sanctuaries, all residents. So all residents, that's a bit more important. Liberty residents, that's also pretty good. Okay, this is only sanctuary, towers, residences. Oh, that's a great one. Sandals, we've started to give sandals. So let's do this. Okay, and if we unpause, we should see some impact somewhere. Yes, my happiness has decreased significantly with that, minus 210. Wow, that's a lot. But we should have gotten also some bonuses tapping on research and all of this. Anyway, my ship is still over here. Can I buy one? How much are you? Oh, 15,000 now. A bit too expensive for me right now, unfortunately. I'd love to buy one, you know, to start doing, you know, wood deliveries from here to there, but okay, it's fine. Because here it says we're at... What's happening? Wait. Oh, this hasn't started, okay, that's why. Yeah, I need wood. So that's gonna help. Let's continue focusing on this. And we're gonna need a warehouse. I think a warehouse on this side will be totally fine. Let's continue actually to stay in planning mode. Let me expand a bit the city over here. I'm gonna do like this. Now we need to basically do the same on this side. Up, up, up. Oh, is that in range? Yeah, that's pretty much in range. We have that nicely in range. Good. And then, you know, all of these obviously should be also in range if we start adding some on this side. So let's go. We can probably add, maybe I'll add only 2 here. And then I'll see. There we can leave a bit of space for, I haven't unlocked them yet. Oh, no, we did. We unlocked the well. This is the first of these. So these, you know, cannot fit here, unfortunately. But here they would fit. I can put one, and in the future there will be another one there, basically. Okay. But there, I'm basically saying there's not enough space for anything. So let's just do that for now. Oh, we found Dorian, one of the other AIs. We should probably also put, sooner rather than later, one of these. Like over here. It will cover nicely this side. Let's go. Oh, but we probably don't have the resources locally. And even it says we have 0 out of 0 for now on the island. Okay, but anyway, why didn't this build? Okay, that's done. We're gonna want to continue expanding a few more people. Let's go. And soon I probably want to start also making some of the productions. So let's go. Oops. So if you look over here, yeah, this is kind of the extent of the coverage. So I'm gonna need another one to cover this, or I need to stop the city over here, which means it won't be as big though. We'll see, maybe for now we can just, let me see, can I sort of double this here? Almost. It's just the top layer that's not gonna be done. That's okay, we can just delete this top layer. Getting back some money. Good. This is not needed. Okay, so that is good. We're gonna get a few more these over here. But let's start the productions too. We have the workforce, so that's something. We're gonna need a warehouse, but we can also use that one or this one over here actually for now. So let's go with 2 right away. We know one will be used pretty quickly. We're gonna need, so these guys, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna need some of these too. If I expand like that, maybe here, yeah, we can start placing this over here, over, you know, the corner. At some point we'll need a road here, but this is actually the best place to put bridges, so maybe we'll do that. Best place in terms of it costs the less, is what I mean. Least amount of money. We will probably want to get to that river slot at some point for the bread. We can decide if we want to have a local production of tiles, or maybe we just start exchanging tiles between the two islands. For sure, we're gonna want this one at some point, so let's go here. Okay, that's one. We have done that, we have done that. And yeah, that's a good start. I just need some wood on this side. Then we can start this production, and then we can start moving to tier 2. Now we can decide to put this production on this island or another. Same here. Oh no, here we actually can't because we don't have the mackerel this island. So better to put it on the other one and then transfer it. Sandals we can make here. Soap, you know, that could be what we start making here, making a lot of soap. And these actually we may want to put also inside the city because it gives +1 health, but it also has -1 happiness. So I think for now we're gonna keep it outside of the city. And for sure we're gonna want to make both of these here, which is also why, sorry about that, I said I wanted to start an actual population here, because there's some production I think we should make here. Oh, we have a new festival that can be started. We can pay for it, we can give potentially some olive oil, but we don't have any olive oil, or we can postpone it. It's gonna be area of effect for all of the bakeries, vintners and breweries. We really don't have that many, to be honest, of these. So I think we're gonna say no. On the other hand, we also have a request from the Emperor. That is a lot harder to say no. We have 1 hour and 30 minutes to do it, so that's the good thing. The bad thing is, again, he wants some olive oil, we don't have that. So if we say no, our reputation will again decrease. But if we say yes and we don't do it, it's gonna decrease even more. So I think we're actually going to decline, continue to go a bit lower. This poor Emperor is gonna be more and more disappointed with us. But you know, this is just in preparation for the fight. More seriously, I spent a couple of minutes expanding, you know, a few more buildings on this side, and it's looking good. It's looking good. Look at this. We have great coverage of the sanctuary. We have so the Grammaticus on this side and on that side, so pretty well covered. Once again, we have multiple of these vigils. If you look over here, this is again covering pretty well. Same on the City Watch. I think this is a pretty great coverage. Hospital, we have one here, one there. Market, we have a couple, etc. And if we look at our production, I think we should be fine. Look at this. We have one tunic that is just starting now. Everything else looks positive. Same on this side here. Yeah, this is all looking good. So for the tier 1 population, we're all good. Well, you know, added a couple of productions on this side. Added a couple of productions on this side. I didn't show it on screen because this is basically for 2 reasons. The first one is, remember, we were waiting for a lot of wood or timber to arrive. But more importantly, there's nothing new here, right? All of these buildings I've showed you before. But now it's time to start with the new stuff, right? The thing that actually is new. So to do this, we will need to upgrade some houses. So let's upgrade maybe the houses in the middle here. Yeah, that's good. We have great workforce, by the way. Love to see this. We're gonna need some bread. We will not do garum over here. We will do sandals, we'll do soap, and more importantly, we'll do those last 2. So let's get started. We're actually gonna start with the sandals because I think I've placed them over here. Yes, 1 sandal here. And I did place a second over there, but I don't know if we really need to be honest. Yeah, 1 is totally enough. So we're gonna keep 1. We need a bit of tannery. Now this needs to be in the middle of nowhere if possible. So we're probably, but actually it's only 2 of happiness. It's not too bad, but still, I think we're gonna put it, you know, somewhere over here on this side. I'm gonna have a salt pond here in the corner. I'm gonna have warehouse over here too. And then let's do this. That up. And let's see how we can place that. Yeah, this is in range of nothing. This is 1 minute, 2 minutes, totally fine. And pig farm, you know, again, not so great. But we want to try to put it in range of as little things as possible. So over here, this is again in range of nothing. We're just gonna move this one here, up. Nice. So this is one production chain. Then we have the soap. It's actually also going to take some peaks. So we're gonna need some, remember we're only using just a few, so I think we're fine. We need the renderer. This is another happiness and fire safety negative, but we're getting to a point where it's gonna get hard to have you know, no coverage. So we're just gonna put a few, but what we may want to do though is put a vigil in this space, so that if there's a fire, you know, there's something to clean it. But yeah, we need, as we said, the renderer. We're gonna need for sure some charcoal for many of those productions, but maybe we can put it, no, that's gonna be a lot of building in range. I'm gonna put it somewhere over here, you know, we have a lot of space there. Before, let me put the soap maker, which again I have already placed over here. This is positive and negative, but I still put it inside the city. I'm you know, taking a bit of risk, but yeah, it's gonna increase my health, so it should be fine. We have also the warehouse here and a warehouse there, so it should be fine. Like I said, now it's probably time to expand this somewhere over here. Let's actually go just straight like this. We're gonna put the warehouse somewhere in the middle here. We're gonna put some charcoal on both sides. Oh no, wait. Charcoal, we need to place it where there are actually trees. Come on, any trees? Okay, there it is. We have enough trees there. And this is in range, right? Yes, perfect. We will need also quite a bit of lavender, which are beautiful fields. So I'm thinking we're gonna put them close to the city. There is also the happiness. Yes, that's why I wanted to put them close to the city. They help with happiness, +1 happiness for everything in range. So that is great. And again, also I feel like it's pretty to put them over here. I may need a road there though for this guy. We can always change that in the future. Not the end of the world. This is big field though, so as you can see, it's taking quite a bit of space. I'm trying to keep this guy with a road, so let's do that. Close just a bit more. 180 is definitely a lot of fields. Okay, a few more on this side. Come on. Oh, that's still not enough. One more. So what is the production? This is 2 minutes, right? So this one is 1 minute. So we're gonna need 2 of these if we want the soap to work at 100%. This is also 1 minute. And this is why I think we're gonna put the second one. I'm gonna put the second one on, I was thinking maybe on this side actually, but it's not a lot of houses. So maybe I'm bringing it a bit more forward here. 57 houses, that's a bit more. That's a bit more. And we can just for now do a bit of quick and dirty over here. We can always fix that in the future when we're making even more, you know, happiness, money and all of this. Okay, so that's gonna be good for the soap for this island at least. It may not be enough for both islands. We're gonna check that right away. It is actually enough for both islands. So no need to put even more. Then we're gonna need some bread. We have already a lot of charcoal. We're not gonna want to probably put the bakery too close to many buildings. So I'm thinking we're gonna put it somewhere over here. You know, a couple of buildings in range, but not too many. We probably only need one. Yes. Gonna need one of these on. Actually, let's put it here. But we're gonna need another warehouse. Okay. Actually, up. We're gonna need some wheat. Let's put it next to it here. Start covering this space. We may want to keep enough space for a road here. So I can delete just a bit more, please. Yeah, what's going on? Let's put the road first. We probably need more space, something like this. We can always fix it a bit more after. I am not convinced I put this road properly, to be honest. We can always fix it later. So that's the bread production done. Garum we're not gonna do here. We're gonna start these two now. Actually, maybe let's start with a resin. Oh no, resin is a forest one. I thought it was also this. So this will require some forest. Let's go here. Yes. Okay. And this is actually 1 minute. So that should be enough. This one is income, but fire safety decreasing again. Fire safety is really a tough one at the beginning of the game, but later on we'll have ways to make it a bit simpler. Okay, so this one we can't really access. We could do maybe this one here, the bridge, like that, should be in range. Okay, so that's 30 seconds, 1 minute, and we've placed that one too. Yeah, we should be fine. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Yeah, totally fine. And even if I look over here, still fine. Great. And by the way, on the garum, we're also fine. Don't need to add another one. Oh, my fire is going to decrease even more. And then last but not least, we have the olive press, which I have also placed over here because it gives you a great bonus, which you can see over here, +1 of health. So happy with that one for sure. This is 1 minute 30 seconds though, so that may not be enough for both of my islands. Where are you? Why can't I see you? Oh, we are paused. No, we're not. No, we're not. So why? Are we missing something else? I see we are missing some workforce. But apart from that, should be in range and everything. Okay, now I see one. Yeah. Okay, we're good for just one. So that means we need 1 or 2 olive gardens, and these ones don't actually provide any positive or negative, so you can put them anywhere you want, which typically I'm putting on this side here. Let's cover this corner here, continue to cover here without completely closing, not closing, but using all of the trees here, so keep an eye out. Yeah, we still have 100, fine. And a few over here, a few more there, and then maybe continue on this side. Good. And as I said, I think a second one is probably a good idea, given that it is a 2-minute production for just one. We're gonna need here go like this. Yeah, and start there. Okay. So it is, ladies and gents, that should be enough productions for this one and that island too. But we do need to transport, and I don't want to use my beautiful flagship, so let's buy maybe this one. We have the money right now, it's not a problem. So let's bring that back. I feel like, what is that? What is that? Oh, okay, this is fine, just the NPC. And actually we can already set up the trade route. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take from this island here two things. We're gonna take the amphora and we're gonna take the olive oil, right? We're also going to take the soap. I'm gonna deliver all of this to my first island. On the other hand, on the first island, we need to start taking some garum and deliver it here. We can, if we want in the future, be a bit more, let's say, advanced and say things like wait to unload or wait to load, but it's pretty close to each other. I don't have too many routes, so for now, we're just gonna do it like this. Not a problem, not a problem. On this guy over here, all good. I just wanted to see, I think we have a better one here. Yeah, hit points plus 25, movement speed, favorable. Yeah, that sounds like a better one. To be honest, I'm just gonna leave that here. Okay, so ladies and gents, with this, we should be able to get to tier 3 soon. But first, let's see. Dorian offers a trade treaty. Honestly, you know, at this point, it doesn't really bring any negative for us. So let's do this. So if we go back to Dorian, which is, I think, this guy. No, this guy. Yes. Now we need to find his trade. Oh, he has a small wall. Wow. But I think we can agree that my cities are better advanced than this. So if we go into his trade post, we can see the resources selling actively and also the resources buying actively at a pretty good price. So we may want to do that in the future. But it's also helping, you know, with even more passive trade for us all. So that is great stuff, great stuff. We could do another contract, make potentially some money, or see if there is anywhere where we can get an item like this one. Prestige, not huge, but why not? Why not? You know, it's gonna keep my shit busy over here and just find where those things are. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, that's close to the pirates. You have to be careful with that one. Why can't I select? Because it's in the fog of war. I can't select it. But anyway, we should be far enough on the towers, yes. Okay, and I think the last one is here, so that's easy. That's easy. Maybe I should have taken that one first, but that's okay. We have 1 hour for it. So, taking a quick look on this side, how are we doing? How are we doing? We are not getting garum yet, but that's normal. We're fine. We have the soap and the sandals. We don't have yet the amphora and the oil. So let's see if there's a problem somewhere. Where is my olive oil? Here. No, olive oil has started. So that's great. And then amphora was over here. This looks to have started too. So I think it's just a question of time, ladies and gents. We have, if you look over here too, we have put, you know, minimum of 10. So it also will take a minute for us to get to a stock of 10 before we transport between the 2 islands. But that's a detail too. She's offering us some money, 10,000. I mean, why not? Why not? If you attack your benefactor soon after, it will, you know, tarnish your reputation. We're gonna attack them later, but not right away. Now let's jump into a couple of minutes in the future. I'm not gonna build anything. I'm just gonna wait for the resource to arrive, and I'll see you then. And it is, as promised, I haven't done anything. Just was looking around. I followed my ship to make sure it wasn't killed. But now we can see that for my plebeians in the second island, they have everything. They're in fully gold, not only green, but fully gold, which I remind you, you don't have to do, but in this easy difficulty, that's totally feasible. So with that, you know, they are obviously very happy, but more importantly, we even started to send those resources to my first island, and so my first island is also ready for this. So we're gonna get started with tier 3. Let's go put these ones in tier 3. The Equites, or the Equies, introduces himself. So we have, no. With this, unlock the third province, right? A missive from the Emperor. He tells us Albion awaits. In recognition of your achievements, you have been granted the right to settle territory in rainy Albion. A challenging post, no doubt, but clearly the Emperor has faith in you. At the very limit of the Empire, will you choose to impose a Roman template by force or soften the local ways? Choose wisely. Chieftess Voada and her Scatash tribe set fire to the last governor's villa. You can now enter and settle islands in the province of Albion, which, ladies and gents, I think we'll probably do in the next episode to keep things a bit organized. Today this was all about creating a new island from scratch, right? And then started to trade between those two islands based on the fertilities, what fertilities you have on one island and you don't have on the others, and vice versa. So this is why this trade route over here is delivering resources back, but it's also delivering on the other side too. So that's a pretty great first trade route, and I'm really happy also that because it's so close, it's actually easy to defend for me in the future. Even if you can't put, I'd love to put a tower over here. Can't do that yet, but it is pretty good. And the third island I may want to take after over here is actually also pretty easy to defend in this triangle, right? Look at how beautiful, some of those islands are, wow. Love this. Really cool, really cool. Let's follow this water. It comes from here. More seriously, don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you have any questions, photo requests. Check my guides too while you're at it, and I'll see you probably tomorrow or the day after for our next episode where we're gonna go to Albion. Thank you for watching. See you next time.